Enzo Fernandez out and triple Brentford attack in could be how I use my 3 free transfers this game week. But with not using any chips until game week 32, I need to be very careful about blank game week 31. We're going to cover all of that and more in today's transfer plans video, so let's get into this. Welcome back to the FPL Mugs YouTube channel and welcome to today's transfer plans video for FPL Game Week 28. If you're brand new around here, go ahead and subscribe and don't forget to like the video as well. It's going to take you 2 seconds to do. It's one of the best ways to support my channel. Let's aim for 15 likes on today's video. Straight into the star of the game week so far, Virgil van Dijk. An assist, a clean sheet, and currently 2 bonus points. 11 points in total for Virgil van Dijk. Absolutely fantastic, and he should be someone you're considering in your FPL defense. We're going to quickly cover his up and coming fixtures here just to highlight why he's so important to buy. Of course, DEFCONs he's quite good at, especially even playing for a top side in Liverpool who like to have the ball. He is pretty good for it. He's got West Ham, Wolves, Spurs, Brighton, Fulham, Everton. They're really great fixtures for me coming up for Virgil van Dijk and Liverpool. I feel as though the narrative around Liverpool for the most part of the season has been really poor, especially within the media. People aren't too happy with Liverpool being the champions and then having this drop off. But data-wise, they've been pretty solid for the most part of the season. I think now the results are starting to come into fruition for Liverpool. People are starting to realise as FPL assets, these players actually aren't too bad. A lot of people looking at getting in Florian Wirtz. Of course, a bit disappointing he didn't play at the weekend with that small knock. But Szoboszlai's been quite popular. Ekitike extremely popular as well, with Alexander Isak being injured. I think these type of assets now are really great to buy in FPL. And 11 points for Virgil van Dijk after his previous, I believe, 17-pointer against my team, Sunderland. Unbelievable value in my eyes. I think he's a brilliant buy right now, and of course smashed it for me in game week 27. Arsenal triple up in defence, disappointing against Spurs, particularly with Julian Timber here. Yellow card coming off before 60 minutes, but getting that assist. It's getting more and more difficult owning Julian Timber. I feel as though he's so disappointing at times, especially with his lack of returns in recent weeks. David Raya getting added a save point last night, which was kind of nice, but a lot of people do own him already. But apart from that, a lot of blanks around the place. I risked it and played Tavernier for game week 27, hoping he would start or get something off the bench. Just a 1-pointer from him, while Elliot Anderson sits on the bench with 5. Bit of a bad call from me personally. I took the risk and it didn't pay off. I should have just went with Anderson against Liverpool, who of course got the clean sheet, got the DEFCON, and this playing past 60 mark points, because he came off a little bit early, which is maybe a red flag to look out for, but he's been so good for Nottingham Forest. I don't think it's too much to worry about. Across the board though, not a bad week for game week 27. A few issues that we're going to need to address within the next section. But I've been floating around this rank for a while now, about 2-3 weeks, and yes, it doesn't feel good to progress with green arrows, but at least we're not having drastically bad red arrows week after week. We're still in play for a really decent rank this season. I think with my chip strategy coming up from 32 onwards, we can really start leapfrogging and getting loads of green arrows. So we'll see how that happens. We're still on for a green arrow this week with Bruno Fernandes to play this evening, so let's see how that goes. Now for game week 28, I feel as though my squad's in a really nice position in all honesty, although there are a few transfers that I am considering right now, including going for triple Brentford attack. I already have Thiago, but I'm looking to add 2 midfielders in. Firstly, with the back line here, we've made a bit of a decision. We're benching Julian Timber for the first time in a long time. I feel as though Chelsea at home for Arsenal isn't as good of a fixture as we really hoped it to be. At home, yes, it's decent, but when we compare Julian Timber to the likes of a Van Dijk or an Anderson in this particular week, I feel as though he's okay to bench. If I really wanted to take advantage of Arsenal being at home, I think the person I would have to bench is actually Anderson of Fulham or Anderson of Nottingham Forest. But you'll see with my transfers for the game week, there actually could be a situation where I will still play 3 at the back. Of course, Bruno Fernandes captain at home to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace a struggling side at the moment. Just really bad energy about the club. Glasner's not happy. Seems the players are a bit moany as well. It just doesn't feel great owning Palace assets in FPL, and thus Bruno Fernandes is my captain for the game week so far. Tavernier's back for Bournemouth. I do believe he should start with Sunderland at home, on penalties, of course, in the absence of Kluivert. Great asset to have, in my eyes, longer term, similar to Evan Nielsen, but Evan Nielsen keeps coming off just that a little bit early, so potentially move for him within the next few weeks, but still great fixtures to come. Enzo Fernandez is going to be a sell this week, I feel. Arsenal away from home is just not an optimal fixture. And coming up, in all honesty, for Chelsea as a team, Arsenal away, Villa away, Newcastle at home, Everton away, City at home, United at home. Those fixtures really aren't great, so I'm going to look to offload them this week. We're going to kind of cover the transfers here, so my initial thoughts are using 2 free transfers within the midfield. So getting triple Brentford attack into play. They have really great fixtures, and with my chip strategy in play from game week 32 onwards, I can take advantage of Burnley away, Bournemouth away, Wolves at home, and Leeds away. Really great fixtures for the next 4 weeks. Until then, I of course wildcard in 32. Dango's a nice cheap asset. Shard is actually quite cheap as well. Burnley away this week, selling Enzo Fernandez, selling João Gomez. João Gomez, of course, blanking in game week 31. It allows me to sort of survive game week 31 and really just dead end my team into there, whilst also getting sort of rid of some of the dead weight in like an Enzo Fernandez, where the fixtures aren't really looking good whatsoever. This is how we would line up. Again, as we spoke about Julian Timber, I just don't see a place where he fits in here, other than maybe if we get an understanding that Tavernier isn't going to be available to start, or the fact that we're kind of rating Arsenal's clean sheet potential a little bit higher than a Fulham. Then, of course, Anderson would drop out, or if Tavernier isn't ready to start, he would drop out as well. But this is kind of my straightaway thoughts for transfers this week. Getting on to Brentford, even though they lost against Brighton, it's just a little blip. I feel as though data-wise and everything to do with Brentford at the moment, fixtures coming up, they feel like a great team to be buying into. I'm not as keen as putting money into their defence and wasting a spot on there, particularly because we have the triple Arsenal set up in the defence, particularly double when we're just counting defensive positions. They're always strong defensively. Liverpool, I feel as though I can play them pretty much every single week till I hit my wild card. In fact, I absolutely can do that with the fixtures they've got coming up. Similar with Fulham, in all honesty. Great fixtures until 32 for Fulham. So I don't need a defender, and I don't need to use a transfer on a defender. What I could do, theoretically, is sell Julian Timber, buy a cheap player, just play these 3 that we've got right now, and then I'll have more money for my midfielders. But I just don't really need it with what I'm planning to do with my side. So this is currently how we're set up with those transfers made. We're going to, of course, wait for more information to fully confirm them, but I'm really enjoying how the team looks with these players in. And then, of course, with my chip strategy in mind, wildcard 32, bench boost in 33, and then following that with a big blank game week in 34, we will use our free hit chip. But let me know what you think of my initial transfer plans, and of course, comment down below what are your early moves for FPL game week 28. Just to quickly outro today's video, if you did enjoy it, make sure you've clicked the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for future FPL content and FPL streams. But that's everything for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.